Hello, everyone. This is Paul. I'm recording this video at the end of all the other videos I recorded, so it might seem a little disjointed, but I realized after watching those that I feel like I skipped over some really basic things that maybe if you aren't immediately familiar with Java, you wouldn't recognize or understand, or you'd probably have to Google a little bit. So I just wanted to go over some of those. It's going to be really basic here. So just going to go through real quick. So just like in other languages, Java has some primitive types. They're going to be like a Boolean, an int, short, double. It also has some standardized classes, and some of those you can import. One of them that's really useful is the string class. Obviously, that's just going to be any string, which in C is just an array of characters. And in here, it's become a standardized object through Java. So what that means is that primitive data types, like if I had some data member here, you can't call any methods on it, obviously, because it's a primitive data type. And how we do that in Java is using the dot operator. But with my object type, I can call methods on it. And those are methods that are going to be in this string class, or that it's going to inherit from other classes. So you just use the dot operator to call those methods, and then you can perform those specific functions. And to create a new class, you want to give, so this is my class, intro. You can give the class private instance members, and obviously remember private and public. Private would just protect it from outside. Let's just say num. And then for each class, you want a constructor, or else the when you create a new object of this type, like if I didn't have a constructor here, num would just be set to 0, since it's going to set the default values for all the instance members, which the only instance member is an integer, and it sets integers default values to 0. So in order to avoid that and be able to set that actual number in my constructor, I just want to pass an integer, and I want to set this num equal to pnum. So that way, when I create an object, I pass in a number, and it'll just set this object's instance variable to be the passed number. And then I also want a getter method in order to get this number. And obviously, the methods are going to be invoked on objects so that you can ask questions or get information from them from outside of the class. So if my main method weren't in my class, I wouldn't be able to directly access this since it's private. I would have to go through this, which is what generally you want to use your methods for. So then I would just return this num, and there we go. So then when I make a new object, you're going to declare the object type first, give it a name, and then you're going to use the new keyword to call the constructor. And in this case, it is of type intro, and I just want to give it a number. And then just to show you guys this is also working, just going to print out temp.get. So there you go. So I'm invoking this method on this object, and it should just print out a 5. And there we go. Okay, so just real quick video on the primitive types, how to create a new object, and how to invoke methods on an object. Like I said, I made this at the end, so it might seem a little disjointed, but if you keep watching, I'll talk more about some more complex topics, and hopefully you guys enjoy the programming assignment. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.